What's going on? Welcome back to the Bannock Industries YouTube channel. Now today we're actually going to set up and we're going to use our little plasma cutter here. So Jake's just getting it out of the box here again. If you didn't see the unboxing video, we did that last video. Now we're going to go ahead, we're going to hook it up, or we're going to set it up. We're going to actually hook it to this big air compressor here. We're going to start using it, and then we're going to build our front fairlead plate for the Ranger. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to do the setup on this thing. It should be super easy, but we'll show you guys once we have it ready to go. Okay, so here we go. We have our box set up now. We went ahead, we hooked up all our air. We set our gauge to 4.5. It should be right around somewhere in there. It's in megapascals. So just looking at this here, it says 60 to 80 pounds, which is 0.4 to 0.55 megapascals. So we're following that. There's also a little reference chart on the front. Just try and get that to focus for you. And it won't, but we'll just start. So 6 mil, 40, 8 mil is 50, and then it just goes up in increments of 10 per thickness. So we're going to set up. We're going to try, I don't know, we got this, it's, I'd say 1/16 inch, very thin. They're not super thin, but very thin to us. So we're going to go about 33 amps. Well, we'll go 35. I haven't used this. He hasn't used one before, so we're going to give it a shot and see what it'll do. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and make our first pass. Now just with the trigger here, you squeeze it. You can hear it starting to purge air. And it's set on a timer, so it will shut off. So we're just going to go ahead here, we're going to cut a straight line, or see what I can cut for a straight line, see what it'll do. We either tripped our breaker or it's on shutdown. So we popped the breaker on the house or the shop here. So we're actually going to try, it was burning through really good, but just for how slow I'm trying to go, it's blowing through a little quick. So I've actually turned down to 25 amps and we'll just try and continue this, see what change that made for us. Okay, so that seemed to work really good. That 25 amps is what we're running. Where'd that little piece go now? So there you can see we've able to burn through that. It leaves that little bit of slag on the back, but really that would be nothing to buff off. And a really straight, is it focusing? Nice straight cut. So we'll try that again. What we're actually going to take, and I'll use a rest here and see if I can go a little quicker. Okay, so that was quick, and it didn't burn all the way through, so that was too quick. So we'll just try that again and slow down. So again, we have a little bit of splatter coming back, but for the second cut we've made with this, that's doing pretty good. So obviously we're gonna have settings that we're gonna have to figure out, but so far, like, I am super happy with that, especially for, you know, 420 bucks. That's a nice clean cut. I'm sure with some fine tuning we'll be able to do this really well. But what we're gonna go do now is we're gonna start working on that fair lead mount. So we're gonna mark out some plate and we'll go ahead and cut it. Okay, so we went ahead, we played with this thing. We ended up having it pop the breaker again. Now we were running off of a plug, 110 power, 15 amp breaker. It might just be the breaker's a little old, but it kept popping on us. We still were able to work, but it just did pop. So we swapped over, we're running our 220 now. Same as the welder's on. We played around a little bit with this 1/8 inch or 16th plate, and then we moved up to some 1/8 inch flat bar. Just kind of playing around with settings and whatnot, but it's doing a really good job. We were just trying to get rid of like the access build up here, and that could just be in technique and a little bit in settings, but for right off the bat, really happy with this. Here's another look at this one. Like, that's without grinding or anything on it, and that's a nice clean, fairly straight cut for what it is, without a jig or anything for your hand. So we're set up on 40 amps now. We turned the air right back down, so we should be running right about 65 pounds, 65, 70 pounds on that thing. But it's working amazing for what it is. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna mark out our winch plate, or not the winch plate, but the fair lead mount plate, and figure that out. We'll cut it out and we'll get that done here. So go ahead. Alright, so we traced kind of at an angle. We got our outline here of where we want this fair lead plate. And we left it a little bit big, but that's because we want it to recess onto the back side of the tubes. We don't want it perfectly flat on the back, but we want it in a little bit. Just to help for welding and it'll let us get a stronger weld. This stuff, it's a little thicker. I'd almost say this is closer to 3/16 plate. So it's going to be perfect for what we're doing just because it is such a small piece. But we traced it out nonetheless, so we're gonna take and we're gonna cut and just follow that out. So it'll be in 3 stages. We'll do one here, we'll do a nice long line, and then we'll do another one. So I'll get this kind of set up. We need to set up for this size of plate, but we'll see how it is now and then we'll get to it. I'd say we're set up pretty good there, so we'll go ahead and we'll cut these out. That's a clean cut. Ugly on the back side, but got away from me. There we go. Okay, there we go. We have the plate in, the backing plate, I guess, for the fairlead. Went ahead, welded it. Just see if we can get you guys to see. But welded around the corners here at the bottom, and then just a little 3 inches in the center. Should be plenty for that, but it's welded nonetheless. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna put our mount or our winch back in. We're gonna run the thing through. We'll put our fairlead on, just kind of temporarily bolted up, and eventually I'll come back in, clean all that up. But for tonight, that's all we got. So thanks for watching this video. Definitely, if you're looking for a plasma cutter, don't be afraid to go out and buy one of these. They're really easy to use. Now, yes, we haven't really torture tested it or anything like that, but who's ever going to do that? Just buy one, use one. Hopefully this one lasts. If not, you guys will be the first ones to know. So we're going to go ahead, get this all flanged up, and we'll see you next time.